In the book of Exodus, God revealed himself to Moses by saying, "I am who I am." Later on in the gospel, Jesus also used several of those "I am" statements. Jesus said, "I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. I am the resurrection and the life. And I am the way, the truth, and the life." Just to name a few of those "I am" statements. However, in the book of Romans, Paul also has a few "I am" statements. Let's look at them together. Okay, let's look at it. Paul said, first of all, he says, "I am a debtor, both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, to the wise and to the unwise. So as much as is in me," he said, secondly, he says, "I am ready to preach the gospel to you who are in Rome also." And thirdly, he said, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jew first and also for the Greek." Let's start up here. Number one, Paul said, "I am a debtor." You see, Paul felt an obligation in his heart because of a deep-seated love that he had for Christ, that Christ gave his life at Calvary's cross for his sins. And so Paul did feel obligated to share that message of hope. It wasn't because he wanted to win his salvation or earn his salvation through meritorious works, but because of a deep-seated love that he had in his heart for Christ. And so he wanted to share that message. Secondly, Paul says, "I am ready." You see, we are to be ready in season and out of season to preach, to proclaim the message of Jesus Christ to the world. And thirdly, Paul said, "I am not ashamed." How many times have we ever put our foot in our mouth and said something or did something we wish we wouldn't have done? But Paul here said, "I am not ashamed." I am not ashamed of what? I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation. That word power that's used right here, that word power is the word dunamis in the Greek, a word that many scholars say we get our word dynamite from. You see, the difference between man's power and God's power is man wants to destroy things, and we think we're powerful when we destroy. God, however, through the doctrine of regeneration, we are born again through Jesus Christ. And that power of God isn't just the power to destroy, but the power to give new life, salvation to who? To everyone. Everyone who does what? Everyone who believes. Believes what? Believes in the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. For everyone who believes and gives their heart to Christ comes into that salvation by grace through faith in Jesus Christ alone.